We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Topping our news, chaos in the heart of London. 4
are dead, 3 victims and the suspect, and a number of others injured in an attack authorities are treating as a terrorist incident. ABC's Molly Hunter has the latest from London.
The attack started here on London's famed Westminster Bridge. A man plowing into pedestrians, killing a woman, before ramming a car into the gates around the Houses of Parliament. Police saying the man, armed with a knife, then breached security, attacked an officer who was guarding Parliament.
The senior national coordinator has declared this a terrorist incident.
Eyewitnesses described the scene as the chaos unfolded.
Saw this commotion, looked over and saw a car crashed into a gate, a man down right next to that, and then saw police officers running around with machine guns.
The suspect, believed to have acted alone, was reportedly seen waving a knife just before being shot dead by police. For now, investigators are treating this as an act of terror.
Although we remain open-minded to the motive, a full counter-terrorism investigation is already underway.
Underway and ongoing. Police are still locking down this area, asking anyone with information to come forward as they continue to put those pieces together, trying to figure out who that attacker might be. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
Today's attack happened on the anniversary of the deadly suicide bombings in the Brussels airport and subway last year, and we will continue to closely monitor this developing story on the attack on the British Parliament. You can stay on top of the latest information by downloading our My Suncoast app. You will get breaking news alerts, weather forecasts, community news updates, all of that delivered straight to the palm of your hand.
A follow-up now on the Punta Gorda police officer who was fired for fatally shooting a woman during a citizens training academy. The attorney for Officer Lee Cole filed an appeal to the city manager this week requesting Cole get his job back. He was officially fired earlier this month. Back in August, Cole accidentally shot and killed Mary Knowlton. He's charged with manslaughter. Police Chief Tom Lewis is charged with culpable negligence and is on administrative leave. The Florida Chiefs of Police Association is supporting Chief Lewis, denouncing the charges, and recently started a fund to raise money for his legal fees.
After 25 years in law enforcement and 7 years as police chief in Northport, Kevin Vespia says he's ready to retire. The chief made the announcement in an email earlier this week. Today, we're learning more about what it will take to fill his job, and it won't be easy. The Northport city manager is also about to vacate his position, so the city commission will have to first hire a new city manager. Then that new city manager will have to hire a new police chief. Both of those jobs may require a national search for candidates. But Chief Vespia says it's time for him to move on.
This decision is personal. It's my decision because it's best for me. It's best for me, my wife, and my family. This is not something that I just arbitrarily woke up one morning and say, you know, I think I'll retire.
The chief says he's been thinking about retiring now for months. His official last day on the job will be March 31st of 2018.
First-time DUI offenders in Florida may soon have the option to remove the crime from their permanent record. But there's a catch. In order to hide that conviction, offenders must place a DUI interlock system in their car for at least 6 months. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick is live in downtown Sarasota to explain what the system does and what this means for drivers. Jess?
Good evening. The first draft of this new House bill wanted to make it mandatory for all first-time DUI offenders to have an ignition interlock system put into their cars. But that changed at a committee meeting yesterday. It's no longer mandatory, but instead an option that has some benefits for the driver. Every single day, Sarasota drivers are hitting the streets after having one too many drinks.
In 2016, we had over 600 DUIs in Sarasota County, and that number is just Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, so that doesn't include any other agencies as well. So it is a problem.
A problem that hits close to home for some local deputies.
We've had 2 deputies in the last, I think, 2 months who have been hit by drunk drivers themselves.
And residents are taking notice.
You can't help but pick up the newspaper on a daily basis and see people going the wrong way on 75 or something, which is totally scary, unacceptable.
Statistics show that these devices have stopped more than 8,900 drunk driving attempts in Florida last year alone. They're called ignition interlock devices and work like a breathalyzer. It prevents a vehicle from starting if the driver has been drinking. There are already 9,000 of them in vehicles throughout the state. and there could soon be more.
Anything that would help slow down that kind of a problem, I think is worthwhile trying.
A bill currently in the State House offers first-time DUI offenders the opportunity to put an interlock system in their car for 6 months. In exchange, if the driver does not attempt to drink and drive, the DUI would be hidden from the driver's permanent record. It's an option that can be court-ordered, or the drivers can volunteer to do so.
I cannot imagine anybody that could afford it who would pass up the opportunity.
DUI attorney Tom Hudson says these devices are at the driver's expense. They typically cost between $80 and $100 each month. And even though a successful completion means a sealed record,
Don't count on it being completely invisible because the internet is forever. You can have your record sealed and you may still wind up having your mugshot show up somewhere.
but Hudson says it would mean that drivers could answer that they were never convicted of a DUI when applying for a job. It's what some locals are calling a win-win.
I think everybody deserves a break, and if they're willing to, go through with this and prove to themselves and others that they're in good shape, I think they deserve a break.
The bill does not change anything for repeat offenders, only those committing the crime for the first time. Now, this bill does still need to go through 2 more committees before it'll go to the House floor. Of course, we will keep you updated right here on ABC 7 as the bill progresses. In Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. And from that video there, from her live shot, looks like a pretty nice evening.
Yeah, it looks beautiful out there. No clouds in the sky that I could see behind her, but let's get the latest from Josh Stone in for Bob tonight.
Exactly. A lot of sunshine throughout the day today. It was beautiful. Things could change tomorrow. We'll talk about that later. 70 degrees is our current temperature right now. Humidity at 76%, so a little bit more humidity coming in with the moisture aloft. We've had such dry air be the dominant feature in the weather for so long, but that could change as we get into tomorrow. Radar is quiet now, nothing to show you here, and as we go through the overnight, temperatures dip down into the mid to lower 60s, so a little bit warmer tonight than it was last night, and just a few clouds in the sky. It's also a possibility we could get some patchy fog as well, but we'll talk about this little change in the forecast coming our way for tomorrow in just a little bit. Back to you.
All right, Josh, thank you. A Northport man will spend nearly a year in jail for animal cruelty. Andy Gerberich was facing 61 animal cruelty charges and 45 years in prison. He pleaded guilty to half of those charges and was sentenced to 11 months and 29 days in jail. Last summer, animal rescue employees removed 26 cats and 9 dead cats from Gerberich's home in Heron Creek Golf and Country Club. He told detectives he rescued the cats but could not care for them due to financial difficulties.
Northport police are looking for a woman who attacked a Walmart employee in a restroom. Police say it happened this past Sunday morning at a Walmart on Tamiami Trail. The employee told officers she was washing her hands in the bathroom when a woman walked out of the handicap stall. The woman allegedly pushed her and yelled that she was coming at her and called her an offensive name. The employee ran out of the bathroom and then called for help. Police released these photos of the suspect and the man she left with. Anyone with information on this crime is asked to contact the Northport Police Department.
This evening, a military veteran and his pregnant wife are settling into their new mortgage-free home in Englewood. Brian Bentley and his wife Stephanie got to check out their new home on Ross Ann Place. Wells Fargo and the Military Warrior Support Foundation gave the couple the home as a thank you for their service. While serving with the Army National Guard, Bentley was deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, and during a volunteer deployment to Afghanistan, Bentley was injured during an ambush. Now that he's out of the Army, he's excited to start a family in a new home.
Just to be able to have this taken care of right before we're about to have our first child is just words can express the gratitude, and it's a little overwhelming feelings, but I'm sure it's going to take a little time to, sink in.
Since 2012, Wells Fargo has donated more than 300 homes to veterans in all 50 states.
Fantastic.
Yeah, new home, new family on the way. That's awesome.
Perfect.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, a frantic search for a missing teenage girl and her teacher.
Everything that we're learning about him does nothing to calm our fears and our concerns for her.
Authorities reveal troubling new details about the teacher and his possible intentions.
And later in Health Smart, the long-term effects of abuse and neglect, how it impacts children's development. That's straight ahead.
This March, Florida Studio Theater is presenting the play Brownsville Song, and our city will begin discussions
on race,
on equality and civil rights,
the most important conversation of our time. Will you join us?
Florida Studio Theater presents Piano Men, held over by popular demand through April 2nd. Attributing the virtuosity and elegance of the Piano Man, Piano Men features the works of 20th century's best pianists and songwriters. Featuring songs from music icons such as Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder, and Barry Manilow, don't miss what critics are saying is energetic, with fun and playful performances that evokes hits of an era. Piano Men is held over by popular demand. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can buy one for just $24,999 or save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab during Ram Truck Month. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 8 p.m. at Northstraw Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
A 15-year-old student from Tennessee has been missing now for more than 2 days, and authorities are desperately searching for her teacher, who they believe may have abducted her.
Police say just days after this picture of Elizabeth Thomas and her teacher, Tad Cummings, was taken, there was an alleged incident at school. Cummings was suspended for having an inappropriate relationship. Police say he then fled with the girl. Now authorities are revealing more troubling details. Leading up to the kidnapping, Cummings began researching teen marriage online, specifically the age of consent. If law enforcement could track certain features of his Nissan Rouge and if his SUV was good for camping. This morning, the morning that Thomas left, her sister says Elizabeth woke her up saying, "If I'm not back by 6, you need to call the cops." That was 9 days ago, but police and Thomas's family members are not giving up.
Our message to Elizabeth is, we're still coming for you.
Bring her back to us. We just cannot handle a day without her anymore. It's really hard.
The last clue about the pair's location, a cell phone ping across state lines in Decatur, Alabama, from the day they vanished. But since then, there have been no credible sightings of the couple.
We're learning more now about the threat that led U.S. officials to ban electronics bigger than cell phones from several overseas countries. The restrictions placed on U.S.-bound flights from 8 Middle Eastern and Northern African countries are based on new intelligence about ISIS. Sources say officials learned associates of the terror group are developing technology to target commercial airliners with bombs that look like everyday electronics. In the past, terrorists have hidden explosives in printer cartridges, shoes, even underwear. The changes for U.S.-bound flights are set to take effect on Friday. And Josh is back with, boy, you've had just great things to talk about this week in the weather.
Yeah.
Got good popularity right now.
Yeah.
Nice sunshine, good weather, but we really need rain.
We do.
We're closing in on that 5-inch of a deficit mark, but not in our forecast for this afternoon or tonight. It's going to be dry, but check this out, okay? Our temperatures along the coast a little bit cooler than inland, but we're 70 right now in Sarasota. It's 17 degrees warmer in Lake Placid at 87 degrees. This is the current temperature out here. Farther inland, temperatures mid to upper 80s along the coast, cooler 67 in Cortez, 72 in Inglewood, 74 in Venice. We have that westerly, northwesterly wind keeping us a little cool at the coast. So what's in our forecast for tonight? Few clouds, a little bit of fog in the early morning hours, so look out for that. Possible showers tomorrow. More moisture comes into the area. It's not a big deal, though, only about a 30% chance of showers, and then we're on tap to see a beautiful weekend ahead of us. Radar remains quiet, though by tomorrow afternoon, we could have a few showers that develop inland, maybe even some thunderstorms in the east coast of Florida, but it's going to be a stretch to say that those showers will make their way to the west coast of Florida, but we'll be monitoring that. But at this time, looks like most of the showers will develop inland, and they won't last very long. We've had this tan color on the water vapor imagery for several days. Depicts the dry air above us. What's happening? It's starting to fade away. It's moving south because moisture from the north and northwest is coming in to play. It's not a lot of moisture, but it will be enough to help trigger off some showers tomorrow. All associated with this cold front that's to our north. This is the same front that produced some severe weather in Tennessee and Georgia late last night. It's coming our way, but by the time it gets here and sags south, it's just going to lose its punch. So it won't have any sort of dynamics to trigger any sort of bad weather for us, but it could help develop some showers in the afternoon. So here we go. As we go through the overnight, a few clouds, some fog develops, and then tomorrow morning the clouds will be on the increase from the northeast and the east, and then our in-house model shows some shower activity, especially more down to the east and southeast here in Florida and out of our viewing area, but still it looks like some showers could develop here in the central portions of the state, maybe track towards our area. I did see one model that has that the shower chance up to 50% tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be that much, and again, if it does happen, it will be very light and very short-lived. For the boaters, the high tide will be 11:53 tomorrow morning, low tide at 4:39, and the sunrise at 7:30. Winds will pick up tomorrow afternoon out of the northwest area from 10 to 15 knots with higher wind gusts. Seas at 1 to 2 feet with a moderate chop in the bays. Overnight low 62 degrees. Mild conditions, patchy fog will develop in the early morning hours. 77 for the high tomorrow, but expect increasing clouds and that chance for showers. And also the winds will pick up. But as we get into the weekend, looks beautiful. A small chance for rain on Sunday and a small chance for rain next Tuesday. But temperatures look very nice across the board. Back to you.
They sure do. Thank you, Josh. Now in Suncoast Traffic Watch, traffic is backed up on the Ringling Bridge. Drivers heading off the Keys and back into Sarasota. It's already red from St. Armand Circle over the bridge there. And there's the live shot from our tower cam showing bumper to bumper on the Ringling Bridge. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, most American teenagers who abuse opioid drugs first receive the drugs from a doctor. Researchers looked at trends in the use of prescription opioids among U.S. adolescents from 1976 to 2015. They found a strong correlation between teens taking the drugs for medical reasons and then later taking them for non-medical reasons. In other words, abusing them. That's according to the study published in the journal Pediatrics. However, it also revealed that among teens, use of opioid medications has declined in recent years, starting in 2013. This decline may be due to more careful prescribing practices. Children who have suffered from abuse or neglect may have physical or behavioral health problems even after the mistreatment stops. Although some children recover from adversity, traumatic experiences can result in disruption of normal development. Researchers noted this in the journal Pediatrics. Children, like adults, can develop post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD that may be accompanied by depression, anxiety, or disruptive or defiant behaviors. Child abuse early in life is also increases the risk of ADHD. In an indigenous group of people in South America, researchers are finding the healthiest blood vessels ever studied. The Simane people who live in the Bolivian Amazon were 5 times less likely to have hardening of the arteries compared with people in the United States. The researchers estimated that an 80-year-old in this group of people had the same vascular age as Americans in their 50s. This is according to a study published in The Lancet. Those Amazonian people eat a diet low in saturated fats and high in non-processed, fiber-rich carbohydrates, plus wild game and fish. They do not smoke, and they are active. Get this, this may be the key, 90% of the time during daylight hours, because they're still hunting and gathering, so they spend a lot of their time moving. Coming up, a new lawsuit over the Pulse nightclub massacre, why survivors are now suing the shooter's employer. And a little girl meets Pope Francis, what she did that had him laughing hysterically. That's straight ahead.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
I met a girl, she made me smile, she made me wait. She crossed the street, she crossed my heart, she fixed her dress, she bit her lip.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
The human spirit's capacity to defy the odds, to push the envelope, is boundless.
It's been almost a year now since the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, and now some of the survivors are filing a lawsuit claiming the massacre could have been prevented. Omar Mateen gunned down 49 people at a gay nightclub last June. It was the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Now, more than 50 survivors and family members of the shooting have filed a lawsuit saying both Mateen's employer and his wife were aware of Mateen's mental instability.
He had no hurry because he had the ability and tools to plan. He was gainfully employed by one of the largest private security forces in the world, G4S. He was given a Class G license to purchase weapons and ammunition through his employment of G4S. He had a willing accomplice in his wife, Noor Salman, who secretly aided and abetted his plan of horror and destruction.
Noor Salman was arrested earlier this year and pleaded not guilty to aiding her husband in the massacre. She's currently awaiting trial. Some scary moments in China as a 6-year-old dangles from a high-rise building. Take a look. The little girl was discovered after a neighbor heard her cries coming from out of the window. People inside the building quickly worked to fashion a makeshift cushion out of blankets. But thankfully, a nearby onlooker was able to bring a bucket truck from his office. And after 40 grueling minutes, the girl was finally rescued and brought down to safety. Wow.
Wow. A 3-year-old American girl's visit to Rome is going viral thanks to her causing a bit of a stir with Pope Francis. Little Estella Westrick got a chance to meet the Pope at the Vatican today, but as the Pope went to kiss her cheek, the toddler proceeded to take his skull cap. Luckily, the Pope had a great sense of humor about it. You can see Pope Francis and his aides as well as Estella's family sharing a good laugh over the little incident. And he got it back. The American Kennel Club has announced its most popular dog breed, and the winner should come as a surprise to exactly no one. The tried and true Labrador Retriever took top honors for the 26th year in a row. The AKC says it's likely because Labs are so versatile and they make good companions for a wide variety of lifestyles. Filling out the rest of the top 5 were the German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, Bulldog, and then Beagle at number 5, all holding on to the same spots as last year.
Or you can mix them all up, have a mutt.
And have
those
a mutt.
are good too.
I have those.
Yep.
Terrier mutts, so that means they're a little crazy, but they're a little smaller, so easier when you live like in a condo, so that helps, yeah.
And we love them just the same.
Yeah, no matter what breed, love them all.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, experiencing the beauty of the Florida West Coast on 2 wheels.
Up next, a proposal to create a 300-mile bike path from St. Pete down to Naples. How that would work, straight ahead.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, ANDservices.com.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You know, things can happen in an instant. We never expected Brady to be in an accident. And if he didn't have blood donors, he wouldn't be here.
To Suncoast blood donors and everybody in this community, I'd say thank you. You know, I'm gonna pay it forward.
Hey, Tampa Bay, join us for the premiere of a new St. Petersburg tradition, the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, March 25th and 26th from 10 to 8 p.m. at Northstraub Park. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends for the St. Petersburg Seafood and Music Festival, March 25th and 26th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Car experts and customers agree there's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, ANDservices.com.